listen. So I actually like what you're doing with the knee-to-knee leg kick. So compare this to your other video because your full leg kick timing wasn't as clean as this. So compare this position and disregard your hands, but just look at how your body is positioned in the peak of your leg kick when you go knee-to-knee. So you'd compare this at the peak of your leg kick with the peak of your leg kick when you go all the way up. Okay, so that's where you'd be looking, and we like the hip lead, you're moving. Your hands should technically still be together. You're a little bit early here. Your hand shouldn't be going until right there. When you see your front leg move, that's when your hand should break. If you're a little early there, but that's not too big of a deal. So in both of these, you're hitting the ground really well. So like your upper half is timed to do this, but you're just set up to be rotational. So, and this is going to take time. So at the end of the day, remember, we're trying to separate. That's all we're coming back to. So even if today's version of separation is better than yesterday's, we're going in the right direction. Okay, but I'm showing you what your problem will always be. So I did it in the other video, so you're going to have to go back and forth here. When you see from behind, you're not going to see it as much here, but your right knee moves until there. So we're not stabilizing until this point. So this is where you're throwing the ball. This is where we're actually transferring force. Does this make sense? So this is what I mean by early trunk rotation. So we want contact and stabilization to happen like this really quick, so the timing is consistent. So when we have this extra movement going into foot strike, and there will always be some, right? But that's why I'm saying you have early trunk rotations, because I don't see you actually firm up until there. Think about this. If I saw you hit the ground like this, and your chest started moving forward instead of rotating, we would also, that might be a way to think about enhancing this a little bit. So I'm seeing all of this before you firm up. This is where we're throwing the ball from. So you know when I say early trunk rotation, you have a mental image in your brain of where you're actually throwing the ball from.